Hello and welcome to this free lesson on gesture drawing. I'm Patricia and this video is a sneak peek into my comprehensive figure drawing course. In the next few minutes we'll cover the importance and basics of gesture drawing, the best tools for the job, key techniques like finding the line of action, a real-time demonstration of gesture drawing, and your first gesture drawing assignment. So enjoy this free content, and if you want to dive deeper, check the description for my full course with a special discount. And let's begin! Hello and welcome! Now before we start drawing, let's talk a bit about gesture drawing and why is it so important. So what is exactly gesture drawing? It's a quick form of drawing where we capture the movement and pose of the subject with as few strokes as possible. These drawings take a few minutes, somewhere between 1 and 2 minutes for each pose, or even seconds. The goal of gesture drawing is not to have a perfect drawing, nor a perfect capture of the anatomy, but to catch the overall feel of the pose. All we want here is the pose and the movement. And I think this practice is really important because it will not only loosen you up, it will also help you create more dynamic characters and poses. It's a great warm-up and I recommend it every time you're going to do a drawing session. Just 15 minutes of gesture drawing to warm up and loosen up. Now another thing you might notice is that gesture drawing will help you create more expressive and exaggerated characters, which is exactly our goal here. Alright, so this is it for now. In the next video I'm gonna give you some resources and references that you can use when practicing gesture drawing. So I'll see you there. Hello and welcome back. We talked a bit about what is gesture drawing and why you should try it. Now I want to give you some resources so you can start practicing right away. There are quite a few websites that focus on gesture drawing practice. My favorites are line-of-action.com and reference.sketchdaily.net. Here you can set up what kind of models you want, their gender and even age. Afterwards, all you have to do is choose a timer. I recommend going with about 2 minutes. It's usually enough to capture the pose and you still have time to add a few details if you want to, so it's not too stressful. After setting things up, you're just gonna need a pencil or a pen and paper. Your sketchbook, for example, is a very good place for these studies. Alternatively, you can use a drawing tablet and a software of your choice. It's totally up to you and what makes you comfortable. Now, other than this, you can find some pretty good reference photos on stock websites like unsplash.com, pexels.com, and pixabay.com. These are my favorites and I use them all the time whenever I need to find some reference images. Now, finally, you can just take your own pictures or even record videos where you act out the poses you want to practice. Another idea is to look up action scenes on YouTube and pausing on the poses you want to draw. This can be a very helpful option. Now, whenever you have enough material, you can just set up a timer on your phone and start drawing all the poses you found. Alright, that's about it. So now we're ready to start drawing. So join me in the next video and I'll see you there. Hello everyone and welcome back. We're going to be talking a bit about how to practice gesture drawing before going to a demo of it. And the first thing you want to do is start simple. Start with the line of action. Now you might be wondering, what is the line of action? It is an imaginary line. Imagine a line going down the character's spine. You look at your reference and you see that line that evokes the whole movement of the pose. Open up some images on your drawing software or print them out with some transparency. Now draw this line on top of the poses so you can get a better grasp of it and understand it better. Once you feel confident with it, open up your sketchbook and start just drawing the line of action. Look up your reference and just draw the line of action, like so. Go step by step. Start simple. There's no need for you to draw a whole body right away. You're still learning. So one line is more than enough, and this line will be very helpful for you. Now, when doing this, try to avoid straight lines. They are usually very tense. So instead, use curved lines so they give a better sense of movement. Also, one other thing I want to point out here is that there can be more than one line of action. I can see one, but you can see another. That doesn't mean it's wrong. There's really no wrong way to go about it. We just see things differently, and that's normal. And it's actually really cool. We all have different interpretations of things, so don't be afraid to go with something else. Now, when you feel you get the hang of the line of action, it's time to start drawing some basic shapes for the body. Remember, these are not supposed to be perfect. You're only capturing the pose, so try to use as few lines as possible. Another tip when gesture drawing is to exaggerate the pose. Don't copy exactly what you see, try to push the limits of that pose. We want our characters to look dynamic and interesting, so don't be afraid to exaggerate their poses. It will add much more personality and movement to your drawings. Finally, keep your lines loose and relax. At the beginning, we're always a bit tense, but as we practice, you'll feel yourself relax. The goal of gesture drawing isn't to worry how good your drawing is. They're not supposed to be pretty. These are sketches and studies, so relax and have fun with it. Okay, this is it for this video. You can do some line of action practices now, or go to the next video where I'll be practicing some gesture drawing and you can draw along with me. So I will see you there. Hello and welcome back. Now we're going to do a session of gesture drawing so we can get a little bit more familiar with it. Now remember, this is not supposed to be perfect, it's not supposed to be pretty. You're supposed to be learning, warming up a bit, and learn to create more dynamic poses. You're just capturing the pose here. So I'm using Sketch Daily, and I'm going to choose clothed models here only, mostly because I don't want nudes to appear here, but I do recommend you using nudes because you can see the body much better and you don't have to be worrying about clothing and drawing the clothing. That will add an extra level of difficulty, so just use nudes or people in underwear. It's very helpful. And I'm going to be using a timer of 1 minute. I want to do very quick drawings here. I don't want to be spending time on details, so just really capturing the pose. But again, if you're just starting, go maybe for 2 minutes. I think that 1 to 2 minutes is a very good timer, so you don't get distracted with details, because that's not what we're looking for here. So let's start. Alright, so let's start. Going to be very messy here. So this is kind of turned right, so we want like this. This leg is coming in the front, right? And the other one in the back. Also tiptoeing like this. And then we have this arm. She's very muscular. Look at that. Alright. We have time for one head here. It's not a perfect drawing, but the pose is there. So next one. I love this movement of the torso here, look at that. Don't forget to exaggerate those shapes a little bit. a little bit of foot appearing here. There we go, one more. Let's go to the next. Oh, a naughty pirate. Okay, so she has the shoulders a little bit tilted like this, and the torso goes a little bit to the side as well. Foot goes inside and this one just straight. Alright, oh, I love this pose. She has a gun because she's a pirate, and you can't really see the other arm because of the skirt. So let's just draw a little bit of the skirt here. Oh, I went a little bit too much. Alright, I really like this pose. This one is interesting as well. So let's see, we have the head. We have the torso going this way. She's a little bit to the side, right? Her head is turned to us, but yeah, head and this. I feel like I got to exaggerate this a bit more. Now we have the arm going this. No, don't go away. Let's go for the seated one now. Have the arms going like this, right? Now we have one leg going this way and the other goes this way. You can only see a little bit of the foot. Alright, next one. We have an explorer in peril. So let's see. We have the head. Again, we have that torso curve that I really like. We have the arms going this way. Really like this pose as well. All right. Let's go for a few more. This is an interesting one, so we definitely have here a very interesting line of action. This leg goes this way, however this one goes in the front, right? And the other one continues right here. And now we have the arms going this way. Oh, I really like this one. right? So this one is, again, I can't really see the legs, so I'm going to draw the dress. So she has her shoulders tilted, right? We have here the chest. Again, we do have here a little bit of that torso curve. Now we have our arms. They are crossed. This. Alright, yeah, just this line here. Oh, this is a fun one. Alright, so we have here our shoulder. I really like this one. Now here's our torso. Now we have here the leg. Good. Like she's jumping. There we go. Alright, I think we can stop here. Let's take a look to our gestures so far. I like this one a lot. We have some more here. Maybe I can, let me see, put it here in the corner maybe. Yeah, something like this, and now we can see all of them. So as you can see, these are far from perfect, but they are not supposed to be perfect. I'm just trying to capture the pose. I'm trying to loosen up before going for some more complex drawings. If you've seen my sketches so far, my sketches are always really messy and something actually gets out of it most of the time. So don't worry if you're too messy with this. Everyone has their own processes. A lot of people like to be very clean and have everything right away, and others are a bit more messy, and it's perfectly fine as long as you understand it and you don't have to share this with anyone to work on, for example. But usually gesture drawings are just for yourself, not anyone else. So just practice. Feel free to be as messy as you want and take some time with some gesture drawing sessions. You can start with just line of action sessions and then do something a bit more complex like this. But as you can see, this is just very simple. I don't think these drawings are beautiful per se, but they do have potential. And that's what we're going to be doing next. We're going to be choosing one of these drawings that we think have potential and work just a tiny little bit on them. So I'll see you in the next video. Hello and welcome back. Now it is time for our assignment. Now at the end of each section we're going to have an assignment to put into practice everything we've done so far. So right now what I want you to do is to choose your favorite gesture drawing and clean it up a bit. I'm going to be doing the same so you can draw along or watch me and then do yours. You can use a drawing tablet and computer for this, or a pencil and paper. I advise you to draw a bigger version of this pose now, since we're going to be using it for the rest of the course. As we learn new things, we're going to add them here until we have a final and clean drawing. So if you're using pencil and paper, you should start very lightly with your pencil, or you can just draw each face separately. At least this way you'll have a lot of practice and you can see all the progress from the beginning to the end. So okay, let's start the assignment then. So I have here all the gestures so far that we did in the previous video, and I'm going to choose one of them. So for me, I think my favorite is... Whoa, what happened here? Okay. My favorite is this one right here. So this is what I'm going to be using for the rest of this course. So I'm going to go right over here. I'm going to select this pose. going to copy it and then I'm going to paste it in another file. Now let's make this bigger again. We want our drawing to be bigger, our post to be bigger, so we can work on it as we go. So we don't want an actual final drawing here with perfect lines and ready to paint or anything like that. Now we just want to clean the pose a little bit, but still keep it as a sketch, because as I said, we're going to be drawing on top of this, or we're going to do more and more refined drawings as we learn new things. So I'm going to add a new layer on top. I added some transparency to the pose here so I can see while I draw. Now I think I'm going to stick with the pencil. Let's see if the blue here works. Yeah, so I'm using a pencil brush. This is my usual brush for sketching, and now I just want to go all over it. Now I am giving it a bit more of a head shape instead of just a circle, but you don't really need to do that. It's totally up to your own preference. Now we have the neck. Just making the neck a little bit bigger. The arms, right? And then we have some hands. I'm going to leave them as very basic shapes, as you can see. Nothing too detailed. We're not looking for that right now. Now the other arm again. Just a simple shape for the hand. Looks very silly, but that's fine. Now the torso. As you do this, feel free to refine the shapes that you used before a little bit more. We're going to be talking about shapes for each part of the body, but for now, just go with your gut, because you'll have the chance to make something a bit better later on. And then you can see clearly what are your mistakes and what you're doing right. So for the legs, I'm going to keep them just one big shape, like this. Now the other one here. I'm going to add some more transparency here so you can see better what I'm doing. Alright, and now the feet. Alright, so we have here still a sketch, but something a bit cleaner than what we had right here, right? Looks a little bit better. Let's look at the first one. So here, just a mess of lines. We can understand the pose, and here we got something a little bit cleaner. We picked up our gesture and cleaned it up a bit with time, without worrying about the timer. So take your time doing this. There's no rush. If you want to do more than once, that's totally okay as well. So do this before going for the next videos, and don't forget to post your assignments as you go. You can post both your gestures that you did and this final pose. I am always curious to see all of your work, so don't be afraid to post that. I will give feedback to all of them and I can't wait to see them. So this is it for now, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me on this introduction to gesture drawing. I hope you've gained valuable insights and are excited to practice. If you're ready to take your figure drawing skills to the next level, my full course offers in-depth lessons on anatomy, dynamic poses, drawing hair, beard, and much more. So check the description below for a special discount code exclusively for viewers of this video. Remember, consistent practice is key. So I'll see you in the full course. And as always, keep on drawing.